I'm live. Great. Uh, so I also want to go live on the gram. That way I'm live in two different sources. So I'm not leaving out the Instagram people. Okay. Okay, here we go. I got to figure out how to do everything all the time.
You're now live. Double press the capture button to switch to your glasses camera. Now live from your glasses.
Okay, so we can see it on both angles. And I've got all these devices on my head and my ear. I wanted to go over the couple things here. Remember,
Your first viewer has joined.
oh, awesome. Welcome. I do so much better on Instagram than I do on YouTube. So what is I forgot what I have to do. Oh yeah. Share screen.
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
So yeah, this is the local elections. And I tell you, since I'm not from here, I don't really know very many of these people. You have the judges, which is boring. It's like, are they running for something or not? Do you vote? Do you not want them in? Then you just vote them out. How is that? How is that a fact? Are they being completely transparent about who they really are? I guess that's true with any candidate. So San Joaquin County Superintendent of Schools is Troy Brown, and I suppose he's the only one. And then Board of Education Trustee Area 3, Jesus Andre. And I know he used to be a city councilor. He's running on. It's kind of amazing how these people are running unaffiliated. Greg Leland, retired principal. Tell you what, you're lucky you're running by yourself because I don't know if I'd want to vote for a retired principal. Spent too many times in the principal's office back when I was a kid. Now, here's an interesting one, and I don't know a whole lot about this lady here. Paul Caponetta, incumbent. But okay, he's an incumbent, but he owns a car wash. So you're not going to say that, that he runs a small business and employs people. He seems like a nice guy, and I think he's really, really, really tried to campaign really well. And I think he's doing a great job for whoever is helping him out. They've really who is Lauren Cardinelli? Who is she? Let's see who is she in regards to SJ County CA elections. And I spelt the word wrong. I'm getting a lot less viewers than I normally get. Let's see what it says. Lauren Cardinale is a candidate for the position of San Joaquin County Supervisor, District 2, for June 2nd, 2026 statewide primary elections.
Chris Long is watching.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? I'm a Badger. Chris Long. Welcome. She has filed candidate statements as of March 6, 2026. Her campaign website is D2Supi.
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
Goodbye. Okay, let's see what this is. District 2 Supervisor. Is that what it's supposed to be for?
Weriswin is watching.
Okay. So it doesn't really say a whole lot about her. Mother, salesperson, and coach.
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
Oh man, Mr. My viewers. This must be a really boring topic. So I think the incumbent's probably going to win. I think she's going to lose, and her feelings are going to be hurt really bad. That's what I think. Not everybody gets over. You got to have a really thick skin to get into politics, and if you lose, you can't. Steve J. Ding, restaurateur, county supervisor, versus Travis Castle, rancher, paramedic, businessman. I think Steve Ding is going to say adios to that seat. Goodbye, Steve Ding. You can't be a man that has the best mustache in the county, or one of the best, better than mine. So is it Travis Castle or Castile? I don't know, but Travis Castle. That's who you should vote for. Sting, I don't even know where Woodbridge, California is. Anyways, I can't vote for these districts. Here's an interesting one that I've heard. Assessor, record, county clerk. This is actually a very important job, so pay attention. Steve J. Best Tolerides, and I probably said it wrong. San Joaquin County Assessor, Recorder, and County Clerk. Versus Zachary Avlar. Says, job, United States Marines. So is he like a reservist or what? It doesn't really say. That's what I hate about these ballots. This is what we want you to say, even though we have these other jobs. I don't want you to know that I make French fries at Wendy's, okay? I'm a Marine. I met this guy. He seems nice, but I understand that he's, some people say he's being groomed by bad people. And it's bad people. Not good.
Michael H. Whitbeck is watching.
Michael, howdy, howdy. Okay, now I go to tax collector, county auditor, comptroller. But they call it controller, not comptroller. I would think comptroller would be the correct word, but San Joaquin County Auditor Controller Jeffrey Woolcamp.
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
Nobody's running against this guy. Okay. Treasurer Tax Collector Fienze Keyham. Running unopposed. These are really sad because, while they're doing an okay job, I happen to have a city councilor for 8 years that would never return any of my messages, and I was very aggravated and disappointed. And she's gone now. So see you, lady. Moving forward, okay, we got Stockton Council City 1. This is the office held by Michelle Padilla. Tamika Small, retired law enforcement officer. So do you want a cop up there? Lan Ewing, no ballot designation. Annette Sanchez, retired nonprofit administrator. Shelby B. Hollis, no ballot designation. And here is...
Smith is watching.
Oh, hello, B.S. Smith. Welcome. So the problem is some people are just trying to get their names on the ballot so they can not be looking like a loser. You know what I'm saying? They know they're going to lose. So
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
they're putting this and then they're putting a P.O. box. So it's really the three people. If you're not going to have a ballot designation for where you're at, where you're from, I don't even see why you're even on the ballot. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there's usually, and there's no always, but usually I would think that somebody that actually has a job doing something would do better. Look, so she's got a website. He's got a website. And no website. So no, the current lady doesn't. Okay, so okay, I'm going to say that the she's got her act together, Annette Sanchez. She's got all of her information that you need. Where she doesn't have, or he, no ballot description, you know. This is no ballot description, no website, nothing. Right in Shelby Hollis. Because, you know, it costs quite a bit of money to run for these offices, okay? Joy Veltri, realtor business owner. Michael Blauer. First time I met Michael Blauer, he told me my name is pronounced like flower. Now, he doesn't have a website, but he really seems like he has a lot of common sense, and I regard a large amount of respect to Michael Blauer, and I hope he wins. Stephanie Alfaro. Again, I think this is somebody trying to get their name on the thing. Jessica Tacoli. I don't really see that as a serious candidate. Okay, now you got 5. District 5. Reuben Harper. Another guy just trying to get up in there. Brando Via. I always try to do this right. Via Padilla. I hope I said that right. City council member. No web stuff. Mary Elizabeth. Scientist. REHS. I don't know what that means. Hey Siri, what does REHS mean as an acronym?
ROSE is the acronym for Restriction of Hazardous Substances.
Oh.
This answer is from enritsu.com. For more, say open this on iPhone.
Wow, that's a really important job. Okay, here's another one. And she's got a website and everything. Desiree Lynch Gutierrez, post-surgery recovery nurse. Actually, I don't know why she's putting her address up here, but here's a P.O. box, website. I mean, Max Bees, small business owner. I think he's well known around the town. Vote for Max. But so look at the people in District 5 are a lot more organized. I've heard a lot about the stuff about the Max Bees guy. I think Brando has really got to watch out what's going on because these are some very valid candidates with some really great experience. So lastly, before we go, I want to, oh wow, we've been on that long. I want to go over this article by Stocktonia. Let me see if I'm getting that on my broadcast. Okay, here we are. Coangelo, responsible for investigations, deal that's not going to city council, officials say. What did I just say? I don't know. Okay, so this lady is Rivas. She was the deputy. Excuse me. She was the deputy city manager. Now, she didn't get canned. She just went back to her old job. So she's got some cred, okay? Because a lot of these people, they just got fired and see ya. But they didn't really fire her. They just gave her old job back. She's got cred, okay? Rosemary Rivas, Stockton Director of Human Resources, speaks during the DEI investigation hearing in City Hall in Stockton, California, 10/20/25. That's an old picture. Okay. Let me read this to you and then I'll give my comments. A Stockton official accused intern city manager Steve Coangelo this week of failing to seek city council approval for investigations contract involving the city's finances that's now under scrutiny for lack of proper oversight. Yes, that's good. Well, I don't know if it's good, but Monday's meeting of the city council's audit committee was the first time the city HR director, Rosemary Rivas.
Daily USA Headlines is watching.
Hey, Daily USA Headlines. And Sam, welcome. Doing much better here than I am on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to do this YouTube broadcast. So I'm just using my glasses at the same time. Okay. Monday's meeting, City Council's audit committee, blah, blah, blah. Rosemary Rivas spoke about putting the $100,000 contract together. Rivas had missed the committee's discussion of the deal last week, reportedly due to being ill. Vice Mayor Jason Lee had called the special meeting Tuesday to examine the deal after learning the city staff several weeks ago that the investigation the contract authorized had not been done. And I am not surprised. Not surprised. Rivas served as deputy city manager under Coangelo for several months last year. As then overseer of the city's finance department, Rivas helped the intern, he's an intern, he's never more than an intern, city manager.
Has left. Currently no viewers.
Okay. But was unable to answer the audit committee's question last week due to her absence. But she was able to testify Monday. I have concerns about this contract. The HR director recalled telling another official this week's meeting, it can't move forward. Later that day, Rivas recounted her hesitation to Stocktonia's in a new phone interview. All of it seems wrong, Rivas said to Coangelo, handling the contract and the phone call with Stocktonia Monday evening. It all seemed wrong because it didn't seem like our usual practice. This is what happens when you hire an intern to run the entire city. I was never for this guy. Never for this guy. He's got a bad reputation. What's more, Rivas says Coangelo, the intern, changed the description of the work sought under the contract, which is supposed to be authorize a sweeping forensic audit of several years of Stockton's finances to exclude instructions to investigate fraud and abuse. I don't know why he mentioned that he didn't want those words in there. Well, because you're making if there's fraud as a crime, that's why. But he's just painting turds, man, leaving stuff out like that, and it's also a misappropriation. Coangelo didn't respond to Stocktonia's emails containing questions about the contract and seeking his comment on Rivas's testimony. His attorney probably told him to shut the heck up. Monday's meetings marked a second time within the week that the audit committee has met to scrutinize the deal, which was signed in May by Coangelo and the Granite Bay-based company Ryland Strategic Business Consulting. This is even confusing me. Jeez. Now they're giving this money. The agreement authorized a forensic examination of the city's finances from 21 to 24, as well as the sales tax meant to bolster public safety and the new city hall spending. This is important. Council members ordered the forensic audit last year through council minutes. Don't say exact when, which I'm not surprised. Stockton city clerk also didn't know the exact date. But after learning several weeks ago in a hallway conversation that the audit committee had never been started, the vice mayor called on a special audit committee. Good work. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Lee is the chair of the audit committee and also includes council members Padilla and Blower, which rhymes like flower. Documents show the city had 2 contracts with Ryland. One in April for the company to provide Stockton with a temporary CFO. Another for May in the forensic examination. We don't need a CFO. We need a treasurer. CEO would mean that you're conducting accounting over a business. Treasurer means you're counting over a government organization. So we don't need a CFO. and I think we got one. From what I understand, he's not a certified public accountant. But California really likes to use experience as qualification a lot. After requesting copies of the city's contracts with Ryland, the vice mayor believed the May contract may have broken the city's rules for government purchasing, he said. Both deals were for $99,000 and were signed roughly a month apart. Copies of the contract show. Collectively, that's worth $198,000. 2 Ryland contracts that ran afoul due to the requiring purchases of $100,000 or more to get the city council's approval. Stockton Finance Chief told the audit committee last week. That's some bullshit, man. You're trying not to break the law by doing 2 separate checks, 2 separate payments for $99, but collectively they are above. So that would be fraud. I would think, Let's see what the results are from the courts. What's more, the deal could have broken state law. Under California's contract code, it's unlawful to split or separate into smaller work orders or projects any public project for the purpose of evading the provisions of the article requiring public projects to be done by contract after bidding. Stockton's newly minted city attorney, Marcy Arredondo, didn't immediately respond to the question about the city's stance on contracts legality. Because we fired someone that had all the experience. At the audit committee on Monday, and later in a phone call to Stocktonia, Rivas described how Coangelo had instructed her and other city staffers to carry out various tasks to create and finalize the forensics examination contract. So the only reason they got this guy to be the intern is to cook books. Sounds like to me, he's cooking the books. I'm not happy about that. In April 2025, Rivas claimed he'd asked me to remove wording from the scope and specifically asked consultants to investigate possible fraud and abuse. If you don't ask them to look for it, they might not find it. The official responsible for the contract before Rivas had provided Coangelo, the intern, a scope of work that included a forensic audit and included words such as fraud. Rivas told Stocktonia, I don't know why he mentioned that he didn't want those words in there. It's not really up to him, is it? Because you're only an intern. Rivas had...
Sorensen is watching.
Oh, what up, dog? Rivas has no record about the details and conversation with Coangelo as it happened in his office, she said, but ultimately the instructions were the final contract didn't mention fraud or abuse. The copy of the agreement shows Rivas didn't immediately respond to requests for the copy of the original scope of work. So even though it seems like it's hearsay, but a lot of the facts come together because the vocabulary, the lexicons were taken out at the last minute. Coangelo didn't respond to the quest to respond to Rivas's claim. I bet. Rivas said she reported the worries to Stockton's former city attorney and considered quitting, but didn't want to worsen the existing vacuum in the city's leadership. Former city attorney Laura Sunshine didn't return a call for comment. Ultimately, Rivas decided my only control was to delay the contract. Bureaucrats are really good at that.
Kathy Lynn Crosby is watching.
Hey, Kathy Lynn Crosby, welcome. In addition to Monday's questioning of Rivas and other officials, who also faced questions from the committee members Padilla and Blauer, Lee reflected on the council's share of the blame and how the contract played out. The reason
has left. Currently no viewers.
Goodbye, Crosby. The reason I'm doing this exercise for the council to understand the culpability in allowing the culture to exist that got us here, said the vice mayor, but it doesn't absolve the intern city manager of what he did. Lee was among the 4 council members to voted to hire Coangelo as the intern city manager, roughly a month before the city councils took and forced the prior manager to resign. Following months of controversy and conflict under City Hall tenure, Coangelo's contract was not renewed. Yay! Celebration! Celebration! Go home, loser. Since last year, Lee has become Coangelo's most vocal critic on the council. Then why does he keep calling him interim and not calling him intern?
Viewer has left. Currently no viewers.
Okay. Raising questions about alleged financial misconduct during his tenure, from repurposing the DEI funds, the promise to roughly $800,000 funding without the council's approval, to a local nonprofit. The vice mayor has also sent several concerns about Coangelo to the state's controller's office, which is now investigating the city. That's good. That's good. We should move forward with all of these. I think people are worried they're going to find out what the truth is. So some people don't want this investigation to go forward. John McClure. In an interview after March 10th audit committee, Stocktonia asked Lee if he regretted voting for Coangelo. Lee said he'd done it out of the trust in Mayor Christina Fugazi. Yes, but, and that's a big but, I think, he lived out of town for a while and he didn't see what this guy Coangelo was doing. Rumors has it he's involved in the street gang, Guardian Angels. I'm disappointed in my vote for him. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in my vote for him, because my vote for him was a vote for the mayor. Yeah, she did pick him. Why? I don't know. But it has something to do with cronyism, right? Like all of their old friends and whatnot. They want to hire their people. All of them. So they can get the best benefit from it, right? Okay, well, wow, I've actually been on for 45 minutes. I've had several viewers on Instagram. I don't know if I've had a few viewers. No, I've had 0 viewers. But what I would like to know is if, please, I've had 242 viewers in the last 40 hours. Please, and this is going to go to a regular video anyways, please like and subscribe. I'm going to have to really go over my, what do you call that? My shorts on Thursday. Remember, on Tuesdays, come back on Tuesdays. I'm going to have a long form video. I'm probably going to do a lot of clip sandwiches. I haven't done them yet. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. Thursday's shorts usually are the shorts of what happened earlier in my escapade of Tuesday, or they could be something completely different. It depends on how important I need to put things up. So that being said, I'm going to sign off. Whoa. It's been a half an hour. Yeah, I did a half an hour. I'm really happy. Okay. Now to figure out how to stop. Okay. Going to end the stream. As you can see, there's a dog back there. Thanks for joining me today and going over this. I know it's a little slow now, but it's going to pick up. Trust me. If you want to do something with the background back there, that'd be kind of cool. All right. Y'all have a great day. Goodbye.